Bates, what happened?
He just goes silent. Moment of silence for fallen Bates.
So Set to Destroy, I have a feeling this is the season for them. I have a feeling that they can make some miracles happen. And I said SettoDestroyX are gonna win it out. They're gonna win the whole European Championship. And that MrBates is gonna be crowned as the MVP.
But it's gonna be Set to Destroy, winning out 13-3 on Plaza and 13-9 on Legacy. They're gonna be battling out for the grand prize of $6,500.
MrBates really is a rare mix between an excellent content creator, really funny, really entertaining, and a professional player, and a really good one at that. He was always the guy to bridge the gap.
Alright, so my known in-game name is MrBates, previously known as MasterBates.
MrBates currently resides in Belgium, but was born in Cologne, Germany, a city known for CSGO in the esports world. MrBates has climbed the ladder in Critical Ops game not only as a professional player for SettoDestroyX, but also has built a name by creating content on his YouTube channel. This is the Legends of COps, MrBates.
Real name is Andres de Dane. I was born in Germany, the city of Cologne, which is fairly big in the esports world for like CSGO tournaments and stuff. So yeah, I was born there, but I'm not German. I moved back to Belgium when I was like 2, and this is where I've been like for the past 21 years. How I got into mobile gaming? Well, I used to play a lot on consoles. I used to play like Call of Duty on PlayStation 2, 3, the PlayStation 1 as well actually. But my dad was like fairly strict, so every time I did something wrong, like having bad grades in school, doing stuff that I was not supposed to do, my dad always used to take away the PlayStation. So I didn't have like anything to like game on, and then I started looking for like games on my phone because that's the one thing that he never took away.
While searching for new outlets to game, MrBates stumbled upon Modern Combat, but quickly transitioned to Critical Ops game. It was there that he started uploading content and starting his journey in Critical Ops.
And I like found the first game that I started playing was like Modern Combat 4, I think. So I started playing that game and I really enjoyed it because it was like, you know, a first-person shooter, which was my type of game back in the day. Eventually Modern Combat 5 came, I started playing that one as well. But then they started messing around too much in Modern Combat 5 and I started losing interest in the game because it started becoming a real pay-to-win game and I was not feeling that one. So I kept on searching for other games because at the time there were like barely any games that were like worth playing in my eyes. So I was constantly looking on the internet for YouTube, just anywhere for like upcoming games. And eventually I stumbled upon this one site where they announced that they were gonna have like a closed or like open beta for this game called Critical Ops. I was like, okay, let me just look at a few PC videos because there are like no mobile videos out there at the point in time. So I applied for the beta and I got accepted when there was like only a few thousand people who downloaded the game on Android. Probably less than 1,000, I think. I started at the same time as Rooks. And yeah, like the first game that I played on, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna record this, upload it on YouTube because why not? Didn't really think much about it. But yeah, the first time that I played a game is also the first time that I uploaded on my channel. And I just started going from there, man. I just kept on uploading the game because I enjoyed the game a lot. And then yeah, from there on I just started growing. Mostly on the YouTube sites, because I've never really been like competitive. I was good at the game, but I never like went to join a team in the beginning. First of all, there were not many teams. The first few months there was only Android players as well. I think iOS came like 3 months later or something like that, I'm not sure. But yeah, I started playing, started uploading. I gained a few hundred subs. I also met Rooks and talked to Hans that way. Dr. Hans was known as MILF Hunter back in the day as well. And we started just like, we hit each other up, started talking a bit. We uploaded a few videos together. At that point, I was indeed the biggest YouTuber among the three of us. That changed drastically. As you can see, they're both over 100k, Roots over 200k, and I'm still on 30k.
From Devious to SettoDestroyX, MrBates has had quite the journey in his Critical Ops career. With many different teams as well as roster changes, he was still able to cement himself as a great European player, and the hard work eventually paid off. His team would compete for the first massive prize pools for Critical Ops.
Today we are live from Valiant Studio and we are hyped to bring you the best action with 4 legendary teams. Today teams are going to be battling out for a total prize pool of $10,000.
What an adventure we had through these past 10 months, and now we are here, the Critical Ops Championship Series for $10,000. It's gonna be epic. 4 teams from 2 regions, Europe and North America. Gangstars, Imperial, King's Uprising, and SettoDestroy are gonna be playing for that $10,000 prize pool.
Alright, so at first, back in the early days, the competitive scene was mixed, so you had everyone playing in the same, tournament. So there was no EU tournaments or NA tournaments, there was everything together. So obviously all teams were like mixed, so you had NA people, EU people, Asian people, South American people. They mixed up, so the first actual team that I joined that actually like mattered in my eyes was Team Devious. That was back with me, Verdi, Noob City, Chrissy G, and then one of the people that some of you may know who recently passed away, so rest in peace to him, Thask. He was one of the guys I started off with. It's been so long. But yeah, that was a team for a long time. We then switched from the name Dome Shot to Novi or Novus Ventus. That was it's fairly big back in the day. I then joined some smaller teams in between, and then eventually joined this team called Team Vital. They were playing for the org. Team Vital was with me, Primza, Overloads, Zen, Tico, and a few other people. And yeah, I don't know, I was not feeling the organization itself, so I quickly left the organization, and I think the rest of the team just followed me. And then they appointed me as the leader of the team, and I started searching for another org. And eventually I found STDX. And yeah, through just talking with Charlie, I quickly realized that this is the team that I wanted to join. The organization, I mean, just the way he, talked with us. He was open, he was real, he didn't give any false promises. Everything was like, it felt comfortable talking to him, so I was like, I'll just go with this team. And then the contracts were like a year long, so everyone's like kind of scared, skeptical, because a year contract is like a long time. I don't think any of the teams managed to stay together that long back in that day. But I said let's give it a shot. It's only for the better of us. And yeah, the first few months were rough, man. I'm gonna be honest about that. We had fights, arguments, struggles, people threatening to leave. But of course they couldn't leave because it was a contract, and really tried to respect that contract. And I'm glad we did, because I'm pretty sure we're one of the closest teams out there right now. We might not be as strong as a team like Vision or Gangstars who were winning tournaments after tournaments. But we place consistent top 4. We get to semifinals almost every single alliance, so I don't think that's something to, be ashamed about.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're just one of the closest teams. We will stick together through rough times, which is something that not many people can say, not many teams can say.
Throughout his career, MrBates has also made an impact with the Valiant's casting team. Here is what Caesar had to say about MrBates as a player and content creator.
MrBates really is a rare mix between an excellent content creator, really funny, really entertaining, and a professional player, and a really good one at that. He was always the guy to bridge the gap between the casual viewers and the hardcore viewers, to get people who play Critical Ops for fun to actually watch professional Critical Ops, to watch professional players and professional tournaments. But an excellent part about him as a player, and what makes him so entertaining to watch even outside of his stream and tournaments, is that you can see his personality in his gameplay. He usually is the ratio guy, but he's not as flashy as some of the other guys. He's calm, collected, not making mistakes, not taking unnecessary risks, and he's ensuring that he always is in the right position at the right time, that he can take the perfect peek and take the safe shot, and that's what he brings to his team. Consistency, calmness, and something like that is what has kept SettoDestroyX alive for so many months already, and so many months in a row, and almost no other team has done that. And I don't think they could have accomplished that without a calming presence and an experienced guy just like MrBates.
With the release of 1.0 for Critical Ops, the future of the game looks bright. Here are MrBates' thoughts on the future of the competitive scene, as well as tips for content creators and newer teams.
The reason why I stuck with this game for so long is because ever since I started playing, I actually felt like this game could grow big, this game can go so much, this game has a lot of potential. And the longer I play it, the more I felt like, okay, this game could be that mobile FPS game that grows as big as CSGO, and I still feel this way. It might take some time to get there, but I still believe that if CFE does things correctly, then they will reach that, stage. But I don't know, I feel like I kind of understand what they're doing. So they want to focus on finishing their game first and then focusing on a competitive esports site, which is why they don't advertise the competitive side, the esports side as much. They don't put as much money and time into it as of now. But I feel like after the 1.0 release, that might change like a lot. So I'm gonna stick with this game definitely. And I feel like 2019 will be the year to see if this game is gonna go like far competitive wise. So as of now, I still see COPS as the sole first-person shooter esports that is, competitive enough to have a big community. The biggest tip that I can give people who wanna, become one of the next pro teams, wanna be one of the next competitors, or just content creators in general, is just keep pushing. Don't give up after a few setbacks. There's always gonna be setbacks. There's always gonna be struggles. There's always gonna be like tough times to go through. But it's only with the right mindsets and the right, mentality that you're gonna push through this thing. It's only because me and a lot of other people in my team really wanted to win with this team and not just join another team and just win with them. We really wanted to win with this team, that we managed to stick together for this long. Because if we manage to eventually win with the current lineup that we have, it's gonna feel so much better than, for example, winning with joining another team. If I would join Vision, for example, and I won with that team, I wouldn't feel as accomplished as I would win with this team. So just keep grinding, keep going for that win with the current team you're in. Don't give up after a few setbacks, just keep pulling through, and eventually you will get there, trust me. Alright, so before we end this, I just want to do a quick shout out to the people that have been, sticking with me for so long. So on the YouTube content creation side, that's going to be Dr. Hand, Ilshots, and Rooks, and also Angel. I've really enjoyed meeting these people. We've grown to like each other a lot, just over this game alone. Also, quick shout out to the people in my team: Rooks, Dabir, Bremza, Overloads, and Exo. I really love these guys. Honestly, without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So quick shout out to them.